Welcome back, everybody, to yet another short video of what's going on. I am your host, Jacob Carlson, and today in this short video, I want to talk very briefly about the History Channel. Why in this particular case? Well, as I have previously mentioned in a handful of videos on my YouTube channel so far, I've always loved learning about history since I was a kid and a teenager going to school in the first place. And I've always been a sucker for reading magazines about current events, historical events, and all that kind of stuff, and watching all kinds of documentaries about the same subject matter as well. But when it came to me discovering the History Channel, it turned out to be one of the greatest things I ever came across in my entire life up to this point. With the exception of National Geographic, I love what they do as well. But just like National Geographic, the History Channel also has these magazines that you can check out at newsstands in stores across town. And they also got a trivia board game that you can play as well. We recently just got it ourselves, and I can't wait to learn how to play it. So with that out of the way, let me dive into why I love the History Channel and what shows I like to watch. But first off, I want to address the critics and the skeptics of the History Channel right quick. Many of them have said over the years and decades that all they show is reality TV shows about people who live up in the mountains and just have people down in the swamps hunting alligators and snakes, for that matter. And as a longtime avid viewer of the History Channel, me, my dad, and everyone in my family can tell you that is most certainly not true. It's not just UFOs, it's not just aliens. They do talk about everything else concerning U.S. history, world history, and basically, in this case, a history of everything else for that matter. And the 5 TV shows that I like to watch on the History Channel are Modern Marvels, which concerns the history of the engineering and logistics of all kinds of modern technology we use today. The Universe, essentially concerning the history of astronomy and space travel and our solar system and our place in it, and how our ancestors tracked the movement of the stars in the first place. And, of course, American Pickers, a reality TV show about a company called Antique Archaeology, which crisscrosses the entire country of the United States in search of keepsakes, antiques, and all kinds of antiquities and sundries for that matter. And that's what they do on that show, American Pickers. And another show is The Food That Built America, the only show that me and Dad actually been watching for a few years now, and actually get really hungry just watching it, because it's basically a series of dramatizations of historical events concerning simply food, and how these entrepreneurs and business people over the last 200 years of American history have cornered the market in basically food, restaurants, and even cereal for that matter. And of course, last but not least, the 5th show I watch is the most controversial that they have done, and that is, of course, Ancient Aliens. I've been watching this show on and off, non-stop, since 2010, when they had their first season up and running. For some reason, it just resonated with me. Basically, it talks about a controversial subject known as the ancient astronaut theory, put forth by Eric von Daniken in a 1968 book called Chariots of the Gods, which talks about very controversially that our ancestors were visited by otherworldly visitors thousands of years ago in the distant past, and they're still visiting us today in the form of UFO sightings and other strange phenomena, of course, as well. And basically, my personal view on why they talk about the ancient astronaut theory on the History Channel in the first place, well, 2 reasons. The first reason is that there is a historical background to this entire phenomenon in the first place, UFOs, aliens, and visitations, and so on and so forth. And the second reason is that in the very near future, within 100 years from now, we are eventually going to find physical archaeological evidence that we are not alone in the universe, but also we're not the first civilization to exist in the solar system, for that matter. Because eventually we're going to go back to the moon, we're going to go colonize Mars, and we're going to mine the asteroid belt, and we're going to do all that other stuff and explore the galaxy. And then guess what? Many future humans are eventually going to stumble upon ancient archaeological evidence of an advanced civilization that used to exist over 10, maybe 20,000 years ago, essentially. And that's what I personally believe, precisely why the History Channel needs to talk about this in the first place. Because one day we're gonna have that conversation anyway. So we might as well have that conversation right now before we even go out there and explore the galaxy in the first place. So that's what I personally believe why the History Channel is talking about the ancient astronaut theory in the first place. Because logically, when you really do think about it and you're not just critical about it in the first place, that's the only concept that actually does make sense when you do discover something like that in the first place. You're going to go out there and you're going to find something that belonged to another civilization that doesn't exist anymore, and maybe some survivors of that civilization actually made it here to Earth a long time ago and visited our ancestors and were worshipped as gods. So basically, that's what I personally believe about that, and that's why I love the History Channel. They choose to talk about it, and I'm going to choose to listen and watch it. So with that all being said, my name is Jacob Carlson, and as you can see, I'm a huge fan of the History Channel. Please leave a like, comment something you like or don't like, especially about the History Channel, and press the red subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a future upload on my channel anytime soon. Please share the video with all the people you know and love, and I'll always ask that you please take care of each other out there, be nice to one another, and I will see you in the next couple of videos. Okay, take care of yourselves, bye-bye.